Good shot, Francis.
Delicious. The food is excellent round here. That's why my family never moved.
And so peaceful, with the breeze whippling the water and the rising sun casting soft shadows through the weeds. And all that kind of thing, eh, what? Oh, miss.
I always leave those alone. They're not much top. No, we never tired of the place. Mind you, there was one period when we thought we'd have to pack our bags.
Really?
Heavens, what a howdy-do. No one on the lake got a decent day's sleep for years and years.
Well, what happened?
Well, I suppose it all started on a morning just like this, in the gardens of that palace over there. They kept their own bees, you see, millions of them.
997, 998, 999, 100,000. These are fantastic. 1,001, 1,000.
Busy, isn't he? What's he doing?
Counting, just like you do.
I can see that, but counting what?
Bambinos, of course. A new one turns up every minute.
1,022,
He's up to 1,022 already.
1,022.
So many, and we don't even have one.
I agree, John, that we do not have one at the moment. However, if you had spent less time in the counting house and more time in the parlor, you would have noticed that I am now eating for two.
Mm-hmm. 2,020, 2,020? What am I talking about? That should put me off my stroke.
You are about to become a father.
A father? And after 6 long years.
6,020.
What about the arrangements? Is everything in hand?
What arrangements?
Well, the announcements, the christening. Oh, it's just what this poor old nation needs. A royal event. A real tonic. A golden opportunity to balance the books.
All right, the boys. We start the counting all over again. Pack your cup. And no honey for the lady till tomorrow. I don't care whether she's eaten for two or not. To me, it's not important.
Open wide for mother. Well, now.
Bad news.
Ah, excellent. I was getting bored.
He has a daughter. The christening is in a fortnight. The invitations are going out. Almost everyone will be there.
What do you mean, almost everyone?
Only one notable personage is not on the list.
Name that personage.
The Princess Makem know it. Yourself, ma'am.
It can't be true. My own brother. He wouldn't dare. How could he treat his own flesh, his own blood so?
He forgot.
And after all that I've done to him... Never mind, Mephisto. He won't forget again. This time I'll really give him something to remember me by. Or should it be for the little girl? A christening present, possibly. What are the others giving her? Her godmother?
Beauty,
And the godfathers?
charm, and sincerity.
Really? No one is giving her cross eyes, bad temper, or pigeon toes?
No,
What about warts?
not one.
So, no redeeming features. Never mind, Mephisto. There's still time to change all that. We'll make a special little contribution of our own.
What a rotten type, Francis. And did she devise some fiendish plot, eh, what?
Hang on, old sport. The day of the christening dawn.
I do wish she wasn't making all that noise. It's hardly regal, is it?
I doubt that you were any different at her age.
I'm not too late, I hope.
No, dear lady. In fact, you've timed it nicely.
Who's that?
I've no idea. I hope she's paid.
A name
Light of spirit by my charms, light of body every part, never weary human arms, only crush thy parents' heart.
That's very odd. It must be a revised version. The princess seems to think it very funny anyway.
May we proceed now?
Please do.
A name this child.
If he doesn't get on with it soon, they'll be asking for their money back.
A name this child.
Did you say anything, my dear?
Not a word.
It must be me, then.
A name.
The child will laugh until she dies. Not one tear will fill her eyes. Up she goes!
Frankly, my dear, I'm not sure the baby is ours.
Oh, yes, it is.
Well, this sort of thing has never happened in my family before.
It is very unusual, certainly.
Not one of our house has ever had the slightest inclination to flit or float about.
You are wrong there, John.
I beg your very pardon.
I know somebody who does it every Halloween. Someone very closely related to you indeed. Your sister.
My sister? What sister?
Your only sister, the one who lives across the lake.
Not. Make 'em know it.
Make 'em know it, John. She didn't even come to the christening. You needn't have bothered to invite her.
But I didn't invite her. I forgot.
The monarch was beside himself. He was powerless to deal with his beastly sister and never knew what would happen next with his daughter. She was liable to take off at any moment.
Was she lighter than that, Francis?
Much lighter. Much lighter.
Here we are. Nanny gonna fetch you a nice little dinky poos. She won't be a tick. Bye-bye.
heart again? Will those blackbirds never leave her nose alone?
Where is that little girlie of mine? Where is she? Nannies are coming. Oh, Lords! Lord Chamberlain! Lord Chamberlain! Her Royal Highness, she's come adrift. She's floating again.
Oh, no wonder I can't get the account straight. There's honey on everything. Your Majesty! Your Majesty! Your Majesty! Get out! Get out! How dare you interrupt me when I'm calculating? But command the guard to stretch you on the rack. Please, Your Majesty. Anyone wishing to speak to me during business hours must first write to the Lord Chamberlain for an appointment. But I am the Lord Chamberlain. In that case, the offence is doubly serious. Write out 100 times. There is a baby floating past the window. Your Majesty. Make it 2. What on earth do you think you're doing? Go up, man! Up, up, up! Higher, you fool! Now what?
What are the words for Gale Force 9? Oh, I don't like this, Lord Chamberlain. The gap's beginning to widen.
Use the tongs! The wretched tongs!
Oh, the tongs, of course, the tongs. Come along, my pretty. Come to Nanny.
And so the years went by, and not once did the princess regain her gravity. It was a terrible strain for everyone. She couldn't be left alone for a moment. There always had to be someone around to ensure she was properly anchored.
I suppose ultimately, Francis, it must have been rather hard cheese on the girl herself.
Well, if it was, she certainly didn't show it. Everything was treated with extreme levity. Anyway, on her 17th birthday, the monarch decided to confront his daughter with the facts.
I'm afraid that for all members of a royal family, there is a code of behavior which we are obliged to follow. You must try and come down to earth.
Oh, but of course, Papa.
We are expected to be graciously charming, correctly dignified, regally reserved, impressively grandiose. And we have to be all these things, whether we are happy or sad, rain or shine.
And what is the weather like today, Papa?
Oh, raining, definitely. The army is in almost total disarray.
No, surely not.
The enemy's on the march, and if we're not careful, the entire city will be at their mercy.
Oh, I'm sorry, Papa. Sometimes I'd like to see things your way. But I can't. I really can't.
Poor love. She sees the funny side of everything.
And everyone else has become so miserable.
Well, never mind, Lord Chamberlain. She's bound to fall in love soon. Then everything will go back to normal for us all.
I think she's too light-headed to fall in love, Nanny. Not once has she ever cried. A woman isn't a woman till she's cried. That will never happen.
Meanwhile, some leagues further on in another kingdom, beyond the forest,
once you have proved yourself a knight, You may return and lay claim to this kingdom, but not before.
But I don't want it. I never did.
There must be no turning back. The way ahead lies behind you. Go!
Oh, dear.
Never mind, Papa. Oh. You are a little warmer.
Is there nothing you want out of life?
Oh, you dear Papa, yes.
Well, what is it?
Oh, will you promise to let me have it?
Certainly not. You must tell me what it is first.
Oh, no. Promise first.
Oh, very well.
To be tied to the end of a piece of string and be flown like a kite.
If the king was confused, there was nothing compared to the feelings of our hero. And yet, with every footstep he took, he was advancing closer to a reward that would make him the happiest man in the world. And the saddest.
We seem to have been traveling for days. And not once has our path been crossed by an adversary or a single creature of the night. I'm never going to be able to prove myself like this.
Non carborundum. Where there's a will, there's a...
Yes?
There's a beneficiary, I suppose.
No water. Is it our destiny to die of thirst?
Necessity is the mother of invention. He who hesitates is lost. While the prince was fighting off foes in the forest, the sovereign and his lady were losing yet another battle royal to their light-as-air offspring. The only sign of stability to be seen anywhere was the anchor the princess carried on her lap. Kept her in one place, don't you see?
I'd like to get out now, please.
Get out?
Why not? Here come Nanny and the Lord Chamberlain. Maybe they'll be able to entertain me in a different way. Help throw me into their boat as we pass.
Certainly not. That would be most unprincess-like.
Oh, please, Papa.
Lord Chamberlain! Stand by to catch my daughter as we pass!
She can't swim! She's never been taught! She's fake. All them pictures of her Arthur be passing before her. Not one of them natural.
Oh, can't you stop this thing, John? We're being carried away and she'll drown.
Oh, but this is wonderful. Why, have I never tried it before? And I feel so safe suddenly.
Darling! We'll get you out of there in no time!
I'm all right. I don't want to come out.
Keep calm! And we'll be with you just as soon as we get this thing turned round!
Don't bother. I'm quite safe.
What is the matter with this thing, boatman? I command you to stop it immediately. If you don't, you'll walk the plank.
Did you ever? She's took to that water like the blessed little duck she is.
Was there ever such a futile quest? Oh, and I'm still so hungry. I'd give anything for a bacon sandwich.
Pigs might fly.
A sign. Can this mean that we are about to be fulfilled at last? Have we been chosen to discover the chalice of Avalon, the golden horn of Pendragon, or the winged sandals of Mercurius?
Or a partridge in a pear tree.
One final effort.
The princess believed her gravity in the lake to be the most important discovery she'd ever made. But that, of course, was before her life became so extraordinarily entwined with that of another.
Another sign. I hope the water's fit to drink.
Of course I'm fit to drink, but I'd rather you didn't just the same.
What was that? Did you say something?
Drink to me only with thine eyes.
Why's that?
Because you'll weaken me, so you will. A fountain of knowledge is a delicate thing, so it is.
It's bewitched. Could you tell me where we could get some water?
Follow your nose for half a mile, and you'll get more than you bargained for, so you will.
Thank you.
Good luck. You're going to need it.
What was that? A cry for help. Someone in distress. A damsel, perchance. Oh, there she is. What now?
Oh, dear.
Despair not. Help is at hand.
Mules rush in where ashes fear to tread. Or is it cows?
Not many. Everything is under control.
Over here, man! I'm over here! How lovely! A playmate at last!
Fear not, angel. Your last moment. I'm not everyone.
I sincerely hope not.
Love is like the measles. We all have to go through it. And so the prince and princess came together at last. He inevitably fell head over heels in love. But sadly, due to the wicked spell, she was quite unable to fall for him.
How do you like falling in?
Is that what you call falling in?
It is.
It seemed more to me like going up.
I had a feeling of elevation, too.
Oh, it's the most delightful fun I ever had in my life. I never fell before. You know, I think I'm the only person in my father's kingdom that's never fallen.
Kingdom? Oh, princess. I'll be more than willing to fall in with you anytime you wish.
Would you indeed?
Princess?
I must go home now. I'm sorry, but delightful though this is, it's getting very late.
Will you be here tomorrow evening?
We'll see.
I'm bored, ma'am. Can't I help you?
Not this time, Mephisto.
Why not, ma'am? I'm feeling really evil.
You can watch. I have a surprise for you. From the heart of Krakatoa, flames of hell explode with power. From the tip of wind-lashed horns, scream tornadoes, dusk till dawn. From the skies above the poles, ice and snow to freeze the souls. Elemental forces rife give the snake of darkness life. The white snake of darkness, Mephisto. A perfect specimen. It is centuries since anyone has entered into the caverns below. How comforting to know that so many of them are still there.
you ever think of me?
Sometimes. When I'm in the water, I think of you, Prince.
Only in the water?
Of course. When I'm on land, I don't think much about anything.
How curious.
Is it? I think it's curious the way Mama and Papa go about with long faces all the time. No, Prince. The only place where I feel any gravity at all is here in the lake. Now, let us swim up and watch the moon shimmering as we surface.
That's dramatic, what?
And frustrating, too, Francis. For him.
Probably. Anyhow, every evening, when everyone had gone in, the couple would beat for a chin wag and a swim. Lived more in the water than out of it. Odd that, because before he clapped eyes on the girl, the prince couldn't bear getting wet. Personally, I can't abide being dry. Which reminds me, care for a drink?
Not at the moment, Francis. Later, possibly.
Fair enough. Anyway, happy though they were, their dreams were about to be shattered by what was going on under the lake.
Gracious. Whatever on earth is that? Princess? Princess! You're to come out at once. Do you hear?
Be quiet, Nanny. I'm trying to snooze.
But it's not safe. There's things in the water that didn't ought to be there. Unearthly things. Come out at once.
Oh, Nanny, you're talking absolute nonsense. I shall stay here till nightfall as usual.
Mephisto, we must go. Mephisto! Don't rush, my pet. You will never see anything like this again. My niece's lifeblood.
Well, that's funny.
You think everything's funny, Princess.
In that case, this is less funny than most things. My feet are touching the bottom.
Well, so am I. I don't see anything particularly funny about that.
Nor do I. Goodbye, Prince.
Oh, Princess, don't go. There are so many things I want to tell you.
But nothing I want to hear.
Horrible dreams, Mephisto. In a few hours, I will join you. But first, there are one or two uncompleted chores.
Discover the cause of the disappearance of the lake water may be rewarded in a regal fashion.
I think I shall never see that lovely creature again until the streams flow and the level of the lake is restored. If only I could find the secret of the lake.
One moment of the well of life to taste.
I think I've tasted enough moments. And without her, none of them would be sweet. The well of life.
Is it raining, Nanny?
No, my duck. I wouldn't exactly say it was raining.
Oh, Nanny, please say it's cloudy, just the littlest bit.
Well, I think it is just a little bit cloudy.
Oh, I do hope so. I feel as if the lake has become my very soul and is drying up within me. Once it goes finally, then so will I.
What about that young man? There was a young man, wasn't there?
Was there, Nanny? I don't remember. Oh, there may have been someone once, in the water, but not anymore. There's nothing anymore.
Hello? Shh! Keep your voice down.
Where are you?
Over here, under the trees.
I'm sorry. I can't see you anywhere.
Over here, I'm hiding.
Is this a game or something?
It is not. There's a crazy witch abroad, so there is, meddling with the waters, and I don't want her to come near me. I have a small outlet in the lake, and I'd rather she didn't know about that. It stops me from stagnating, so it does.
Would you know where the water has been going?
Maybe, maybe not. That's something you'll have to find out for yourself. But I tell you this, if you look in the bed of the lake, you'll see 3 little pools. In one of these lies a clue that will tell you how you must proceed. But hurry, there's not a moment to lose. If all the pools should leave the lake, it'll never fill up again.
I suppose the lake looked a really frightful mess once.
Beyond belief. As the water receded, the oddest things came to light. Bottles, bicycles, bedsteads, binoculars, boots, baths and busts. In fact, anything beginning with B.
But the young prince wasn't looking for anything like that.
Indeed he was not. In actual fact, of course, the young prince hadn't the faintest idea what he was looking for.
Death alone from death can save. Love is death, and so is brave. Love can fill the deepest grave. Love loves on, beneath the wave.
That makes no sense to me, young man. There'll be no reward for this.
Is there anything on the other side of the plate, King?
Yes, dear, there is something on the other side. A lot of muddy, dirty lumps, a dead snail, and a couple of rusty pins. Thank you, Queen.
May I see it, please, Your Majesty?
Certainly not. This is treasure trove, the property of the crown. You may have it back.
Yes. Yes, there is something here. If the lake should disappear, you will find a hole exactly at the center through which the water runs. It will be useless to stop it by any ordinary means. There is but one effectual mode.
Yes? Go on. What is that mode?
The body of a man alone may staunch the flow.
Oh, we've plenty of them.
He must give himself of his own free will.
Oh.
And the lake must take his life as it fills.
Oh.
But where are we to find the body of a man?
Any of these will do.
They must be willing.
Any of you men willing to experience the honor of giving up everything for Her Royal Highness's pleasure? Very well. Lord Chamberlain, take their names.
Your Majesty.
Nanny, what is it? Can't you see we are busy discussing matters of state?
It's the Princess, Your Majesty. She won't even drink the lake water now. Says the sparkle's gone out of it. She don't want no more.
Then I will give my life to save the princess. She will die if I don't do it, and life would mean nothing to me without her. At least I will die knowing that I brought beauty and happiness back into the world. But there is one condition.
Condition? How dare you? No one imposes any condition on me.
It is this. As I will not die before I'm fairly drowned, and the waiting while the lake fills will be wearisome, the princess must accompany me, must feed me with her own hands, and must look at me from time to time to comfort me. When the lake covers my head, she may go away and forget all about me and be happy.
Is that the only condition?
It is. Do you grant it?
He does.
Very well. I am ready.
It is a far, far better thing.
I do hope you're not fibbing about this man that's agreed to be plugged into the hole. It's not a temporary measure, is it? Not for him, it ain't. Thank you, Elizabeth.
Here I am, Princess. Put me in.
What are you doing here?
Completing a quest.
Do you think it'll take very long?
Might.
Then let us proceed immediately. Farewell, Nanny. For the present.
I hope she won't get bored out there. I should never have agreed to the condition.
Well, she has her tapestry work.
Ah, now they're getting him into position.
Is that comfortable?
Almost, Princess. You may go now, thank you.
You may go. Now then, what shall we do to stay awake? I know. I spy with my little eye. I'll start. I spy with my little eye something beginning with B.
Boat.
No.
Bedspread.
No.
Bottle.
No.
Banana skin. Bicycle clips.
You've said that before. Do you give up?
Very well. I give up.
Boadicea.
What?
Boadicea. There's a bust of her over there. I know she doesn't have a head, but that doesn't matter.
But I said bust hours ago.
I know. I just wanted to hear you say her name. My turn again. I spy with my little eye something beginning with B.
Oh, Princess.
I'm a flute. I'm a flute. I'm a flute. I'm a flute. I'm a flute.
She's a float, Nanny.
He ain't.
Princess.
Well?
Your papa promised me that you would look at me, but you haven't looked at me once.
I can't look at you and play I Spy and do this.
Promised, though.
There. Is that what you want?
That will do very nicely. Thank you. Oh, Princess.
Prince?
Could you give me a biscuit and a glass of wine?
With all my heart.
I'm afraid you will have to feed me. If I move my arms, all the water will run away.
Oh, good gracious. Some wine. Oh, it's beginning to look lovely now, Prince. In a little while we could go for a swim.
I will never swim again.
No, of course not. How silly of me, I forgot.
Yes, Princess?
Would you like me to give you a grape?
Oh. Yes, thank you. Princess?
Yes.
Would you give
you another?
No. Would you give me a kiss?
If you wish.
Now I can die happy.
Well, some more wine before you go.
Thank you.
It is better to have loved and lost than never to...
Never to have loved at all. Oh, but I do love him. I never see him again. Oh, say it can't be true. He must not drown. I shall not let him.
Better late than never.
Whatever is a-going on? She's dove in.
What on earth could have got into her? She's got hold of a boat hook and is prizing him out.
She's trying to unplug him. Too late to start doing things like that.
He looks as stiff as a poker to me. Oh, now she's slipping him into the boat. Now she's rowing him towards the shore.
What are you all standing around for? Bring my darling in and revive him immediately.
The leak, Your Royal Highness.
Oh, go and drown yourself in it.
Princess!
Oh, please, Nanny. We don't have a moment to lose.
In the midst of life, we are in death.
Is there nothing more we can do?
No, my duck, I'm afraid not. If only you'd been a few moments earlier.
Oh, Nanny.
There, my dear, don't cry.
Princess? What are you doing up there?
Oh, darling Prince. You've been away from us for ever such a long time. Oh, Nan. Oh, what's happening? I'm falling down. All on my own.
Why, my duck, I do believe you're getting your gravity back.
Say, look at that. Funny rainbows appeared at the corner of the lake. Oh, beautiful shades of grey.
If you walked a bit slower, I think you'd find it easier.
Oh, but I feel so heavy. It's as if I were crushing myself into the ground. Oh, everything was so much easier before. I suppose we must continue with this.
Oh, indeed we must. Unless you want to go down the aisle on your knees or in a bath chair.
Oh, no, dear Prince. That would never do.
Then on we go. We'll be just like the rest of us in no time.
And will the kingdom be at peace at last?
Oh, I'm sure it will, Princess. In fact, I know it will. A cloud has lifted and there's a different feeling in the air. Listen.
999, 100,000. These are fantastic.
Yes, it certainly is. Suddenly everything is a fantastica. What do you say, Prince?
After that, things got much better here, don't you know? The king gave half his money away to the poor and needy.
That was generous, Francis.
Oh, we got it back the following year in crippling taxes. Anyway, the prince and princess got married and brought their children up on a diet of honey sandwiches and lake water.
And did any of them ever show any tendency to rise up and float about?
Not one. In fact,
They all lived happily,
Ever after.